Hello, everybody, and welcome to today's ROI interview. I'm Jordan Murphy, joined today with my good friend, Trina Dolenz. Trina Dolenz has a wonderful story. Not only is she an entrepreneur, which we'll discuss today, she is also a mother. She is a relationship therapist, a TV host, and an author. We're going to learn all about her life right now. So, Trina, thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you for asking me.
So, just recap. I was just saying that you wear many hats, and I know you do. You have an extremely exciting background. So I want you to tell the viewers a little bit about who you are.
Well, yes, my name's Trina Dolenz. I'm probably known in this country most for being the resident therapist on Tool Academy, VH1's hit TV show. I have done many different things in the past, and you can tell by my accent I'm English, so a lot of my business and my careers have been in England, but at the moment I'm doing relationship therapy on TV. At the moment, I'm developing my own show. I've just signed a deal with Picture This TV in New York and Dr. Drew, and I'm actually building my own show and my own brand.
Fantastic. So how did you get started as I guess we can say as a relationship therapist? We can start there, right?
Yes, well, that was interesting. That came quite late in life. It was only about 8 or 9 years ago. And I actually went to the hairdresser, and the hairdresser said to me, you know, you're not following your dream. And I think a lot of my careers, when I look back in the past, has been fulfilling a niche that was convenient at the time. And so this was the final career. Hopefully this is my last one, because as I said, I've done many. This is really bringing everything together and fulfilling me as well. So, you know, this is the... I then sort of shot off and got trained, and here I am now. Right.
And I think you say something really interesting, and it's something we can talk about right now, which is, why does anybody choose to do what they do? Why have you chosen to be a relationship therapist? What turned you on about it?
Yes, I think that with all going back in the past, the sort of jobs that I've done, which is I run a dried flower business. I've been an antique buyer and seller, shipping it internationally. I've had a bed and breakfast industry, and also bought real estate. And then one of my biggest ones has been music management. You know, I was married to Mickey Dolenz of the Monkees, and I managed him, and then went on and started my own company in England. So they've always been, I've been opportunistic, and I think that's one of the big things, is that when something comes your way, you grab it, you use your expertise and you go for it. This one has been slightly different because I've picked it and decided this is what I want to do. I think that one of the important things about being an entrepreneur is bringing in a uniqueness, and for me it's using myself. I am the product, so using my own expertise has always been crucial. One of the things I think that entrepreneurs do is they don't account for their time. I'm somebody who's always felt that I have a lot of time, and I've always given it freely. That's one of the things you have to do if you're not a company person, is just work every God-given hour. So when you actually cost it up, I don't think that I've been very good on return on investment, but it depends how you clarify that. And I think a lot of people nowadays erroneously only see return on investment as being money, and people chase money. I think it needs to be your own personal success. And unfortunately, being an entrepreneur, I think you have to you work very, very hard, and therefore time doesn't come out as being, you know, cost effective, I suppose.
I think it's
eventually, if you stick at it long enough.
Exactly. I think it's a really good point, though. I think that it is easy to become too obsessed with the notion of money being the only bottom line, and I know that's common. Obviously, we all love money. But at the end of the day, time is incredibly valuable as well. So as far as your product is concerned, you would probably say your product is your expertise as a certified therapist, and you're parlaying that expertise into becoming an expert on television shows, to becoming an author, correct?
Yes, and of course, actually, being a therapist with private clients, you get perfect ROI, because you have a set fee, you have a set amount of time, 1 hour, and that's it. So it's wonderful. It feels so good. You do one thing for 1 hour and you get paid. Bingo. Very little. No other sort of job, I think, gives you that, and it's a good return on your money. Writing a book is awful. You spend hours and hours and days and months and years. And nowadays, as we know, books don't really make a lot of money. So and doing television shows, the amount of time I've spent a year building up to this, my new show, it eventually, you know, I believe that it'll be a success for me. It's very, money follows success.
Yeah.
You must follow your passion, your dream, and your product, and money will follow. Chase money, and you're in tricky water. I think, as everybody would probably say, is perseverance. Having a dream, staying with it, understanding yourself. And the other thing I think I would go against the grain is be realistic.
Yeah.
I don't believe in people saying, follow your dream, you can do anything you want. No, you can't. Some people have such unrealistic expectations, and they're hopeless about what they're trying to achieve, or they have very unrealistic other people's dreams to measure up to. You know, they want to be the best in the world. No, what about being best in your village? The other thing I think is also important is understanding yourself. As a young entrepreneur, you do have to know that you are a risk taker. And if you're risk averse, you're not going to be able to go the distance.
It's great.
So I think as a therapist, I'd be talking about knowing yourself, understanding yourself, whether you're actually up to the task.
It's interesting you say that, and just to share another interviewee we had on recently, Steve Truitt, is a personal life coach, and one of his mantras is know yourself, don't know yourself. And I think we all, at the end of the day, get caught up in what we think we're supposed to be based on external input. And it's a challenge, and I think it comes with age, and you know, we learn. And speaking of that, what kind of advice would you give to a young Trina Dolenz were you to bump into her today?
I listened to that interview actually, and I probably wouldn't have listened to a single word anybody told me, which is, you know, which is key. Don't think you know it all when you're young. But one of the things I would have said to her was that life is very long. And be patient, and certainly stick at things, because I was flighty. I started and stopped many things, and I think I should have given it a lot more time. So patience and staying with things, but I probably wouldn't have listened. That's half the joy of being young.
It really is. There's a certain invincibility and know-it-all quality that is both, I assume, appealing and yet obnoxious. but part of the course. It's part of growing up. It's part of growing up. And what would you say is a common catalyst to becoming a successful entrepreneur?
I think one of the biggest catalysts is luck. Most people talk about the fact that there was some sort of serendipity, some sort of synchronicity about what happened. They met the right person, they were in the right place at the right time, they had a harebrained scheme that just happened to fly. And so I think it's noticing when the door opens, noticing when there's something exciting or unique.
Yeah, I love, there's a quote that I'm probably going to mess up, but it's being prepared for opportunity often enough. You've put so much of it into motion. You've put so much of it into motion already. Ultimately, it occurs like happenstance. It occurs like an accident or a coincidence that you were just in the right place at the right time. Well, you were, but it's because you put yourself there. I really don't believe that there are any accidents in life. We create our world. And I think that taking responsibility for what you create, the ups and the downs, is paramount.
Absolutely, and that is the true meaning of entrepreneur.
There you go.
Is being able to take responsibility and to own your unique endeavor. So, I mean, that's really what an entrepreneur is.
Yep.
And you have to be able to stay with it and take responsibility the whole way.
Well, fantastic. So Trina, before we go, tell us a little bit about the book that is selling very well right now.
Yes, it's called Retool Your Relationship, Fix the One You're With. It's basically, it's one of the only books I know, it's 10 sessions. It's a therapy session with me, 10 of them. And you work through the book, and at the end of it, you will have changed your relationship for the better without your partner having to do anything about it. He doesn't even need to know you're reading the book.
So thank you again, Trina, for joining me today. Have a great rest of your day, and talk to you soon. Bye now. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you very much. Bye.